All right, you guys, I hope that you are ready for this full deep cleaning series. We are getting into it. There is probably going to be the craziest stuff you've ever seen me do. I got all the gadgets. We started with this extremely long duster. I needed one because I needed to reach the crazy areas of the double height space in the house. So I got some really good finds off of Amazon. I would love to actually go through these one by one and rate them with you guys, but today we're actually going to test them out. So I got some screen cleaner for all of the TV screens as well as the displays. We decluttered this house, I'm telling you. We got rid of so much stuff, but you can't just use Windex or even a wet cloth sometimes doesn't work. So I wanted to test this out. It worked really, really well. It also worked really well for my computer screen, my tablet, the keyboard. It felt really good to get that done. So that was a win, but I actually want to go through all these items with you guys in a separate video. So if that's something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments down below. But like I said, today we're testing them all out and we're actually going to see them in action. And you're going to see a lot of these items throughout other videos as well. But this, let's just call it flubber, is to pick up nooks and crannies and like dusty areas. Now, did it work? Yes. Could it have worked with a cloth? Yes. So it gets like a 5 out of 10 for me, but I want to keep using it because I did like it, but I tried to grab all these like viral things that I saw on TikTok and whatnot. So one of the biggest spots that I wanted to declutter in the kitchen, that's what we're going to go through today, is all the kitchen. Under the sink gets so dirty with like soap scum and just all like, I mean, crumbs and all sorts of stuff. It's mostly like dish soap and stuff that gets cluttered under there. So I also got some sponges from Amazon and I got this cleaning machine that was surprisingly inexpensive, and I was very skeptical, but I ended up falling in love with this thing and I use it all throughout the cleaning series. So the other stuff I got was this pink cleaning goo that I had heard all about and I fell in love with it, but later on. So we tested everything out. So under the sink, I got all of the dust and crumbs off first, and then I wanted to test out this pink goop and my rotating scrubber. Did it work? No, not really. So what I did is I actually grabbed my dish brush and I just scraped off all the back. The soap scum was so hard to get off. So once that was scraped off, everything came off a lot easier. So the rotating brush did not take that off, but I will show you in another video and later on what it excels at. So this took many layers of cleaning. I cannot believe how, I would almost call it greasy, how greasy it was. So it felt really good to get this all cleaned out, and I wanted to reorganize it as well. So I pulled all the stuff out, decluttered any of like the extra jars and cleaning products also, and just dusted. I cleaned the sides, I cleaned the top as well. I got some stainless steel cleaner, did all the hinges and everything. Like I really, when I say deep clean, you guys are gonna see how next level it really got. So I cleaned the underside of the sink, the sides of the sink. That under area is very flippin' clean. And then I have these metal wire baskets that I got off of Amazon. So I have 2 bigger ones and I have a couple smaller ones. So I just tried to organize it so that it made sense. And it's always difficult under the sink because you don't want to lose any space. So I have these 2 smaller ones, and then I ended up also getting a long narrow one. So this held the little dishwasher tablets perfectly. I put some Mr. Clean bars in there as well as those scrubby sponges that I got off of Amazon. And then it was time to clean the stovetop. Now for this, it really worked. It did a great job. Still not the best though. I will show you in another video what that tool is for, as well as the pink goop. Like it shined in another video. So I kept testing it out. So I used just my dishwasher brush to clean off all of the grills for the stovetop. It was surprisingly very dirty. I did not realize how dirty that it was. And this was before we started, you know, now I'm like little chef Angie and I cook every day. This was before we were cooking all that much. So everything really needed a good dusting and a good clean. The hood, I used the stainless steel cleaner and that helped so much. Now for pots and pans. We had way too many appliances in pots and pans. Yes, I realize Carl is ridiculous. So I actually took out a lot of the pots and pans and appliances I took everything out from the drawers, and we ended up donating quite a bit of it because we just had doubles of so much stuff. So that felt kind of nice. I wanted to clean behind the drawers. Yes, absolutely ridiculous. But there was so much dust, I guess from construction? I don't know. There was just sawdust and stuff left over. So I dusted back there, got everything all cleaned out. If you saw the video that we did, we actually had our ducts and air vents cleaned out. And by the way, verdict, it made a huge difference. massive difference in the air quality in our house. So I was very happy that we did it. If you've never done it, definitely consider it. Speaking of air quality, I'm sure that this doesn't help, but it smells delish. This is what they actually use in the Disney parks. It is a scent machine. It's incredible, and we do green clover and aloe, so that it smells like the Yacht and Beach Club at Disney. Delightful. So something that I have not done enough is clean out all of our cutlery drawers. So I actually took out all the dividers, all the containers, and all of them had like just crumbs and collected dust, and it just needed to be scrubbed down. So again, this is a really intense deep clean. This is not just like a surface level kitchen clean, but man, did it feel good. And then again, any extras, any extra utensils, got rid of them, donated everything. There was really nothing that we threw out that could have been used. So I did the same thing on the other side. So we have another utensil divider on the other side for the bigger tools. So that got all put in just to show you, doesn't this look great? Everything is organized and cleaned and decluttered. Oh, love that. So then the next day what I wanted to do was organize all of our spices. So this was a really big job too, because I just had so many extra jars, stuff that's expired. So I went through, kept all of the good stuff, tried to make sense of where things were going to. So we have a lot of Flavor God products, so I put those all on the top shelf, tried to organize what went where, put the sweeter spices to one side. I also have the smoking gun that I love. That's what I use for my margaritas. So I kept that in one area, so that way everything has its place. And this pull-out drawer is perfect for the spices, so that was awesome. As you can see, the kitchen was a disaster because I just kept pulling things out of the cupboards, and I would only put them back into the cupboard if that's where they were staying. So it was a huge process to do this, but it was definitely worth it. So the next side of the kitchen was to clean out all of our supplements, the blender. So there was a couple of appliances here also, but this is as well where we keep our supplements and our protein shakes and everything. So I dusted out all of the drawers and put back the blender as well as the juicer where that went. And then I had to find a place for the mixer. So that worked out really well too. Just kind of reorganized a couple things, but I love that I now have some drawers that are empty, which feels great. And I decided that we needed 5 shaker cups instead of 20. So we got rid of some shaker cups, cleaned out. These are all the supplements that we have, cleaned that out, and then the coffee area was next. So all of the tea and coffee stuff needed to come out. There was a lot of stuff, same, that had been expired or just accumulated over time. So I cleaned all that up with the syrups, and then the tiered tray, dusted off the tiered tray. I need to be able to, make some room to decorate it for summer. We're gonna do that soon. And I scrubbed down the coffee machine, cleaned it like inside out, descaled it, everything, and then it was time to clean the actual pantry itself. So I took everything off of every single shelf one at a time, dusted them down, cleaned out every single one of these bins. If you ever want to see how I organized that pantry, there's a full video on that, so I figured I would spare you. And then the fridge, which I think is the biggest job, because to clean out a fridge is just, it's a whole thing. I even cleaned out the ice bucket. It needed to happen. The whole fridge came out. I cleaned off every single shelf. I love how good it smells now, because there is nothing worse than a smelly fridge. Just a lingering smelly fridge, so that felt really good. And then from there I put some oils in the nebulizer, cleaned off all of the counters, put in the finishing touches under the sink, finalized all of the drawers as well, and then I just took everything that I could off of the counters just to give them a really, really good shine and a really good scrub. So that perfect stainless cleaner was perfect for the stove as well as the fridge. It's the only thing that wasn't leaving streaks. It's really hard to clean a stainless steel appliance. If you've ever tried, it can get really frustrating. And look at how much dust was still left on them. Ridiculous. So as I was doing the counters, I figured, we need to do the floors as well. So I got everything off of the counters as best I could. My little pal Carl was a part of this. By the way, I love this vacuum. This is another find, one of my cleaning finds. Did you see that? I don't have to hold down the button. Dare I say it's better than a Dyson and half the price? It's incredible. So Carl and I played the in-out game. He likes to do that. So I vacuumed and then I guess mopped, you would say, the floors. After dusting all of the counters and everything, put the cleaning products back where they went under the drawer, got us a new dish towel, and just kind of organized all the final pieces. Now that it's done, nobody in our family is allowed to touch anything, Andre and Carl. I did the garbage area as well. So I took out the garbage, cleaned out the dishwasher as well as this little space. So there is 2 large garbage bins in here. One is for recycling, one is for garbage, and then there's 2 smaller ones that we use to recycle our Nespresso pods, as well as one that holds the garbage bags and the recycling bags. So I just made sure that those were all clean because it's kind of a, you know, gets like to be dirty as an area. So I just made sure that all the surfaces were clean, all the actual bins were clean, spotless. And then I got this little plank of wood from Home Goods, which I thought was really cute. And I just put the soap and hand cream on there. So I lit a candle and the kitchen was officially clean. Oh my gosh, okay, it feels great to have a immaculate kitchen, not just surface level, but head to toe. So good. And I just want to say that this process was over a very long time. I don't think I've ever collected so much footage for so long, but every single piece of the kitchen is not only decluttered, like the amount of stuff that we donated, we didn't need 20 shaker cups, we now have 5, little things like that. So all of the top shelves are cleaned out. There's so much more room for opportunities. The tiered tray is empty. That tray is empty. So, I mean, we should do some stuff. I'm so excited. So the vase that's usually right here that you saw me clean out, I actually just put it in the living room for now. I'm going to go get the lemons from the garage in my summer bin, and we're gonna do like a little limoncello, Italy themed with the bar cart probably. I'm looking at it, it needs a hug. And there are so many DIYs that have happened over the past couple months, so many deep cleans, some that are actually out of control. This was probably the most tame. You're gonna see it all. So I hope that you're ready. I hope that you loved this. There was so many different pieces of this process that happened behind the scenes. We got new pots and pans, a new vacuum, the odds and ends that you saw me use, like that tool that spins, oh, and the pink stuff, oh, so many good items that I was able to find that you're gonna see me use probably in the master that get really, really good. So I will link all of my favorite tools that I found, like my top Amazon faves, down below. The vacuum is amazing and half the price of a Dyson, and you don't have to hold your finger down on the button the whole time. So it's so good. Love, love, love it all. And I just wanna say, it feels incredible to have a clean kitchen, and now I don't wanna go cook dinner in it, but I need to. So if you guys enjoyed this and you want them to keep coming, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed because videos are coming your way. I'm back at it. I love it. I love creating this stuff. This process has just been set, like there's gonna be more that comes. It's gonna explain a lot of this, but you'll see. And as of right now, it just feels really good to clean everything out, to declutter, de-stress, and I can't wait to keep sharing it all with you guys. So I will see you in the next video. Bye, you guys. Mwah.